Hello, everyone, and welcome to another lesson here at Study English. I want to give a special welcome to all of those students who are joining us today from the country of India. I noticed that there's a number of people signing up to the channel from the country of India, and I want to give you a special welcome. So good to have you with us today. I wonder if I could ask you the question, would it be okay if I asked you, what are you doing? What are you doing? The reason I ask is because that's what we're going to be studying today, how to answer the question, what are you doing? Let's go. This is a common question that a lot of people will ask you. What are you doing? What are you doing? And it comes from the small word do. Do. You know, a lot of times people will ask you, what do you do? I think we've had a lesson on that. In fact, I think we had 5 lessons on what do you do. Well, this is a little different. People are asking you, what are you doing? The first question, what do you do, relates more to the type of employment that you have. What is your career? What is the job that you do? Well, today we're going to be asking, what are you doing? Notice the ending that we put to the word do. It has an ing ending. Doing. Doing. And this ending in English is quite common. You'll see it a lot. If you've been practicing reading, you've probably noticed this ending come up a lot. ing. Doing. Doing. And the reason why I'm talking about that and emphasizing that is because the way that you respond to this question, what are you doing, you will always put the ing ending to whatever you are doing. Ing. Let's see how it works. This is a good rule in how to answer the question, what are you doing? Whenever you respond, you consider what you're doing and add an ing to the word. For example, do you like to read? Read books? Read the newspaper? Read stories on the internet? I like to read. Do you like to read? I'm guessing, yes, I like to read. But if someone asks you, what are you doing when you're reading there, sitting in your nice, comfortable chair, reading a book, and someone comes in the room and says, what are you doing? Well, at first, when you're first learning English, you might just say something like, I read. I read. But the better way to respond when someone asks you the question, what are you doing, is to add the ing to read. I am reading. I am reading. I am reading a book. I am reading a book. Let's see another one. What if someone comes into the room and says, what are you doing? And you're in bed and you're half asleep. You could say, when you're first learning English, I sleep. I sleep. But it wouldn't quite be right, would it? Because someone has asked you the question, what are you doing? And so you can't just say, I sleep. You need to add the ing. I am sleeping. Now, that's another trick that we should know, is that you need to have the little helper word there, I am. That refers to you, your existence. I am, and then what you're doing. I am sleeping. I am sleeping. I am. And that kind of goes back to our lesson on grammar, how to respond when it's you that's you're talking about yourself. You always say, I am. I am sleeping. Let's look at another example. Cook. Do you like to cook? I love to cook. I'm in charge of breakfast in the morning at our house, and I cook breakfast for our children. But let's say my wife comes downstairs and she comes into the kitchen and asks, what are you doing? Well, if I'm just learning English, I might say, I cook. I cook. But the better way to respond is to add the word am, remember, A-M, I am, and then ing after what I'm doing. I cook, but I am cooking, right? I am cooking. You're getting it. Let's take a look at another example here. Swim. Do you like to swim? I like to swim. And so if someone asked me what I am doing when I'm there in the pool, it would be quite obvious, I guess. But if someone asked me, what are you doing? And instead of saying something simple like, I swim. Remember, they've asked us, what are you doing? And we need to reply, I am. Whenever there's a are, what are you doing? With the ing, you respond with I am, and then whatever activity you're doing, and remember to add the ing. I am swimming. I am swimming. I am swimming. I am swimming. Let's see what else we have here. Watch. Do you like to watch? Some people say, I just like to watch. Some people don't like to play football. They just like to watch others play football, right? Spectator sports, they call them here in English. Spectator sports. People fill up large stadiums just to watch others play football. So that's one we can look at. What do you like to do? Well, I like to watch. But someone might come into the room and say, what are you doing? What are, and that's the key. When they say what are, you need to reply, I am. I am. What are you doing? I am watch, but remember to add the ing. I am watching. Because they've asked, what are you doing? You need to say, I am watching TV or whatever you're watching. You know, that's the nice thing about a lesson like today, is that you are just learning the rules. You are learning the principles. You are learning how to respond. But as you learn more and more vocabulary in English, you can use that new vocabulary and apply it to this rule. And whenever anybody asks you, what are you doing? It doesn't matter what you are doing. If you know the name, the English name of the activity, well, you can just apply this rule. I am, It's important to have the I am and then whatever you're doing plus the ing. I am skating. I am rollerblading. I am swimming. I am sailing. I am writing. I am working. It doesn't matter what you are doing. Just say I am, and then the activity that you're doing, and add the ing. And that way you'll know how to respond no matter what you're doing. If you know the English name of the activity, just add the ing. Now, before we close our lesson today, I just want to spend a little bit of time on talking about how things change if the question is asked about someone else. If someone comes into the room that you are, and they look around and they see a group of children in the room, and instead of asking, "What are you doing?" they instead ask, "What are they doing?" What are they doing? What are they doing? And they refers to more than one person. When they ask, "What are you doing?" it's just one person. But when they say, "What are they doing?" they're talking about more than one person. Two or more. What are they doing? And we call this in English plural. What are they doing? And you need to change your response a little bit. Instead of saying I am, you now say they are. They are. It's a grammatical thing, and we've covered this a little bit in our grammar lessons, and we'll spend some more time helping you with your English grammar. So keep checking back here to see more lessons on English grammar. But just to give you a taste today, when it's more than one person, two or more, you would respond to the question, "What are they doing?" You would respond, "They are." Not "they is." You wouldn't say "they is watching TV." I hear that a lot from English students. "They is watching TV." But they're forgetting the rule. When it goes to plural, more than one person, you change it from is to are. They are watching TV. They are watching TV. Now, what if it's a he or a she? It's still just one person, but they're asking about someone else. What happens then? So here's the rule to learn in English for this. It's always I am. When it's more than one person and they're asking, "What are they doing?" Well, it's they are. And then let's look at one more. What if they're asking about someone else, but it's just one person? They're not asking, "What are you doing?" They're asking, "What is she doing?" They're looking over, "What is she doing?" Or, "What is he doing?" It's not you, it's he. And so the answer is she is, or he is. So it's I am, they are, he, she is. He, she is. Let's just look at a couple of examples. Let's say it's just you. Someone comes into the room, asks, "What are you doing right now?" Well, you could say, "I study." I study. And if you are working on one of your lessons here at Study English, you might say, "I study English." What are you doing? I study English. But it's not quite right, is it? From what we've learned in our lesson today, something's wrong. What about if you responded, I am study English. I am study English. No, that's not quite right either, is it? You know how to change it. What's missing? It's the ing, right? I am studying English. I am studying English with Teacher Frank, right? Because that's what you're doing. But what if the question is, what is she doing? You know, maybe it's somebody else at the computer studying English with Teacher Frank. And the person comes into the room and says, what is she doing? What is she doing? Well, the answer would be she is studying English. She is. Remember we learned the rule? I am, they are, and if it's a she or he, it is. So she is studying English. She is studying English with Teacher Frank. What is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? He is running. He is running. Notice we have the is. He is. It's he or she is. And then we have the ing again. We wouldn't say he is run. He is run. No, it doesn't work. It has to be the ing ending. He is running, right? But let's come back to more than one person. What if someone comes into the room and says, what are they doing? What are they doing? How do you respond? Is it they am playing, they is playing, or they are playing? Well, here's a little trick. Listen to the question. When someone says, what are they doing? Well, your clue is right in the question itself. What are they doing? You respond, they are. Just like the question, they are playing. They are playing football. They are playing football. You wouldn't say they play football. I mean, you could. I suppose people will know that you're just learning English. I hear this kind of sentence a lot. They just shorten it right down. They play football. But if you want to say it correctly, they are. Not just they play, they are. And then you add the ing. They are playing. What are they doing? They are playing. What are they doing? They are playing football. All right, well, that's our lesson for today. We're trying to keep these lessons a little bit shorter. I know sometimes you're wanting to study on the bus, and your bus may only be, 10, 15 minutes to work, and you want to get the whole lesson in instead of having to quit halfway through. So we're doing our best to make these lessons shorter, and that will allow us to actually make more lessons too, and make it easier for you to study just a shorter lesson. And if you like this lesson, go ahead and share it with your friends. Hit that like button, hit the share button, and if you haven't yet done so, I really invite you to subscribe to our channel here at YouTube. There's many more lessons. We have over 100 lessons now here at our channel. And if you're having a hard time finding the other lessons, just look down below this video. There's a picture of me there. Just click on that little circle of me, and that will take you to my channel. And there you can find all of the other videos. We have playlists and lots of lessons to help you learn English. And so Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time here at Study English with Us. So long for now.